Welcome to episode 455 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm one of your four hosts, N64 Josh. Johnny, you're at the top. What's going on, baby?
What's up? The gameplay is frozen.
I forgot to hit. Who's the producer?
We gotta fire him.
Yeah, exactly. Get this guy out of here. We're doing it live. Crawler, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Crawler? Coming at you.
And Cheesy, what's up?
What's going on, cheese curds?
Guys, before we jump into this, head on over to the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. Jump into the conversation. Get into some Mario Kart. We've been doing competitive Mario Kart. Gamers and Karts Getting Interviewed is becoming a segment on The Dirt. This week, got together with a longtime community member, Sawyer, or no, he's like, don't call me Sawyer anymore. Evan64. He's been Sawyer forever, so I always mess it up. But Evan64, we talked all kinds of fun stuff, including how he destroyed his DS as a child to see how it worked. And then when he realized it was not going to work any longer, got pissed at his brother and destroyed his too, because he didn't want him to be able to play. So stay tuned for that episode over on The Dirt. And before we go any further, Johnny, where can people connect with you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and the Communication Error Podcast.
And Crawler.
Best spots are TikTok and Twitter. Nightcrawler724. Nightcrawlers without the E.
And Cheesy.
You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and the Communication Error Podcast, GZC64, CHEEZYC64.
Okay, we're going to start this episode by talking about some news, and then it's going to pretty much be there's been so many leaks, and all it does is make for fun conversation. Some of it's like so out in left field, some of it not so much, and could potentially be real, and some of it is just going to make for, I think, some really, really fun conversations about the possible future of Nintendo and what they do with software. But before we get started, we're watching Splatoon 3 gameplay, top tier. Make sure these guys, I guarantee it's going to interrupt. It's going to interrupt the show as these guys watch me.
I mean,
play.
as you said that, you got splatted.
Oh yeah.
Well, that person had auto aim or walls. That wasn't Josh's fault.
Right. Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
Josh.
Is this just a weekly thing that you're just going to try to come up with B-roll for us to watch that just makes us cringe?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
that's the goal.
and you could just claim that you're bad on purpose to make us react to it, you know?
So yeah, just wait. Something happens. I don't know if it's this game or the next one where I'm like, wait a minute, this is gonna be. I
have a question. Are you playing Splatoon 1?
No.
Yeah, on the Wii U.
Yeah, that's a Splatoon 1 map.
Yeah, but it's in Splatoon 3.
It looks pretty similar. I don't know. This looks a lot like Splatoon 1.
Here we go. It's already begun. Well, guys, this footage is going to be up on my YouTube channel. If you want to use it for any of your own content creation, maybe you don't have a way to capture gameplay or whatever, screen record this on your phone, do some voiceover, get your content started, use it for shorts, for TikToks, whatever you need. It is available to you over on my channel. And the news, Cheesy, Splatoon news. I gotta pass it over to you.
Yeah, so we're getting a Splatoon concert February 8th, I think. That was supposed to be part of Nintendo Live in Japan, but that got canceled. And then they announced that Side Order is going to be February 22nd, which is a lot sooner.
You said Splatoon concert. Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a Zelda concert. There's a Zelda concert.
There is a Zelda concert too.
Okay, my bad. I was just making sure. I just wanted to make sure. No fake
No, you were
news around
testing
here,
me. I
so-
got it. I get it.
Yeah.
Got to make sure I know my stuff to be on the show.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited now because I didn't realize there was a Splatoon concert also.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's probably like one that we've already seen if you watched the one that was back in Japan 2 years ago or a year ago, I guess. But it still will be cool to see how they do like their idol concerts. Like they have the holographic idols jumping around and dancing, and so that's pretty fun to watch. And then there's this Zelda live orchestra concert as well for Tears of the Kingdom. And then yeah, Side Order is coming out February 22nd, and they said that it was going to be coming out in spring, so that's a lot sooner than what we were told.
You gonna order yourself a Splatoon IKEA bag from My Nintendo?
I thought about it, but no, I'm good.
You gotta get those platinum points. Gotta get those platinum points.
Do you get stickers with it, or is that a separate thing?
I'm not. I would think that it would come with it, but I don't know.
I have
Shopping
started-
bag and restocked sticker set, so maybe it's separate. Who knows?
I have started an interesting, like collecting. Now I'm going for. I'm just trying to add to the Mario Kart shrine, and I have on the way a complete inbox Mario Super Circuit, Mario Kart Super Circuit. So that
Did you see that there's a sweepstakes where you could win some Mario
I
Kart
did.
stuff?
I saw that like a few weeks ago when it was on and entered it. Then I was surprised, like as I was just
Josh
wandering
already has
around
the
on
statue though, so
the shop.
that's
I
good.
do, and
Oh,
I
you
have
already
the,
have that statue? That's a cool statue.
I have the limited one or whatever, which is not like it's not limited. You can still order it, but it has like smoke coming off the tires, so it's just a little bit different. I think it lights up also, the one I have. So,
The Star Power controller, is that a Power A controller?
yeah, I think so.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are
So-
officially licensed, so that's why they have them.
I mean, they're giving them away at Nintendo Live. I got 3 of. I have 3 of them. I had 3 of them. I have 2 now.
Where's the footage, Crawler?
Where is it? I don't know why they haven't put it
Yeah,
out.
I think you lied. I don't think it's real.
we ruined it, dude.
fishtail.
I think we ruined it. They were like these. What were these middle-aged white guys doing?
Just hot lapping it.
Millennial
like-
gamers are the worst
Yeah.
people to walk the planet Earth.
This was supposed to be kids. All the kids were crying every time we ran through. They were like, "Who invited them?" And then Crawler was stealing the games anyway. So,
Good job.
squid-
You
killing
can't swim
squids
in
in
this
water.
game, by the way.
I know you guys cannot resist. I didn't even know that was glass. I was like, "Oh, that just stuck. That just stuck right there. That's cool." So, yeah. And then, Cheesy, you said you finished up Prince of Persia. What were your impressions?
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great Metroidvania game. That was my first Prince of Persia game, so I don't know what the other kind of Prince of Persia games are like. I know it's not a Metroidvania. The only problem that I had was that some of the boss music was like almost non-existent, and like I just felt like the boss battles were kind of boring in that sense. But the rest of the game, like, it has great music throughout. There's great power-ups, and you can definitely see the inspiration from Dread and how that game is kind of carried over or helped. God, you fell in the water again. Okay. But no, I really enjoyed it. For that being my first game of 2024, I think it's pretty high up there as of right now.
How long did it take you?
I don't even know. I know
You
that
could
when
check your file. You just don't want to say that it was only an 8-hour game.
No, honestly, so when it comes to Metroidvanias, I know that you want to say that you've beat it in like 8 or 6 hours for Dread, but how do you not get lost in a Metroidvania game? Like, that's the
Because
point
I'm
of
good at games. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're supposed to get lost.
But no, I do. I explore and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what my completion rate was, but
You told
I
me
don't know.
too, like when you were playing Prince of Persia, that you were like 70% done or something. When you weren't even you just fought like the
that's-
first boss.
That was an 80% lie.
now I'm like, I don't know, I'm like 21% through. I think that's what the game file says.
Yeah.
Because a better game came out. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, what's that, Johnny?
And we can't talk about it on this podcast.
Fair. Okay. I want to grab a couple of the chats real quick. Cryptic says, with side order coming way earlier than expected, does this mean Splatoon 4 is going to be a launch window game?
No, we're getting Splatoon 3 Deluxe. What are you talking about?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Killer Toxin, hello, welcome. Rachel says, I was honestly surprised that Nintendo announced the release date of Side Order in a tweet, That was one of the last things we knew about and didn't have a release date yet. Yeah, it feels things are a little fishy. I talked about it on the News Minute yesterday. Like,
They're in cahoots with Elon. They're just keeping that platform alive.
well, are we getting a Twitter direct and not an actual direct?
Well, they had the Princess Peach trailer too.
Yep.
The
Yes.
Joy-Con.
The Joy-Con.
Yeah, things seem a little fishy. And I made that.
I mean, they
same,
could-
I
they
didn't
could
mean to
just-
make that pun yesterday because it was the Splatoon announcement. So
They could just, they had the date reveal now, and then they'll have like a more in-depth video in the direct.
Oh, for sure. Splatoon will be there. All right. Since
And then,
Splatoon 3 has come out, there's been Splatoon news in every direct.
Yeah, like Splatfest announcements.
Still counts.
but I mean, I pose the question to you guys. Are we getting a Twitter direct? According to the leaks, no, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But what do you guys think? Do you think there's a February direct on its way? Or are these tweets an indicator of a slow season for Nintendo?
That it tells me that the direct is going to be after release, probably
After what releases?
after the side order, or maybe like the week prior, and they just
I
didn't
doubt
want
it. Pokemon Days that week.
We aren't going to get anything from Nintendo on Pokemon Day.
Yeah, but they don't like to be that close to each other.
Maybe they'll announce Pal World on the Switch that day.
You guys don't think that this is them like trolling right now? You don't think that they like know that people are expecting something big, or
No,
Like,
Nintendo doesn't.
Their
do
marketing
that.
team is not that savvy. Come on.
what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You guys don't remember the Chibi Robo that's on fire, and then we got like a shadow dropped direct back in, what was that, like 2018?
Yeah, but that was
20
that was pre Doug Bowser.
What is? I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with.
That was the fun era.
Yeah, but like Nintendo of Japan is going to make the decisions of when the direct is happening.
I don't think. I mean, I think we're getting a direct like next week or the first week of February, like they always do.
Wait, I thought you just said that they weren't going to because of Pokemon
No, I
Presents.
think they will. No, they're not going to do. They're not going to
after
do it
Side
the
Order
week before.
comes out.
Yeah, they're not going to do it the week of Pokemon.
Gotcha.
Why not just, if it's ready on the 22nd, why not just have that be
An out
one
now
more thing,
type
a
deal?
one more thing
Yeah.
out now kind of thing? Yeah, like I don't know.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect them to make an announcement that it's coming out next month, because with Octo expansion, they didn't mention anything in the E3 back in 2018, but the very next day they just shadow dropped it and said it's available now.
What if they don't want any Switch One news in the way of this direct because
Wishful
It's-
thinking.
it's
So
pointing
My
to Switch
thought-
2, but what does that do to the what does that do for the marketing of like Mario and Donkey Kong and
They've been
Peach?
tweeting about that
they
like
tweeted
every
about that
day.
today. So
Yeah.
I know, but like we have to remember, like, look at the number of people that see those tweets. I mean, it seems like a large number, but compared to like the install base of the Switch, it's the tiniest fraction, right? Like,
Yeah.
Do you want to know what I think they actually did this week?
No.
They were riding the trending of Pal World, because the day Pal World came out, they tweeted something about Pokemon. Because Pokemon was probably trending because of Pal World. And then Nintendo was probably trending because of Pal World. So they're like, we're going to ride this and get all our announcements out now while people are the eyes are on us, even if they're not happy with us. And then we'll still have the direct in a week and a half. this isn't the first time that they've had like little trailers before Direct,
Yeah.
and we don't know anything that's coming out. But like there's 4 games announced right now.
And that's why I think like something big is on the way, because we do know about all the other games that they've talked about. Like Side Order, we didn't know anything about. That's something new. The Princess Peach game is something new. Donkey Kong or Mario versus Donkey Kong, it's a remake of GBA, but they are adding new levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Luigi's Mansion and Thousand Year Door, those are still out in summer, and I don't know, maybe like an October release for Thousand Year Door.
You think that far out?
That's when they like to have Mario games.
They're
It's
gonna have a new
October.
Mario.
Yeah, they're gonna have a
game.
3D Mario then.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think Thousand Year Door's got to be a summer game, like early summer, like May.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's like Paper Mario or Origami King came out in July. So that would check out.
But they said Luigi's Mansion was summer,
They did, yeah.
and Paper Mario was just 2024.
Yeah, but that means it's done, and they just need to find a spot to slot it in. It's a made game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Copy paste.
save as.
January was so slow for Nintendo. Like there was nothing in January besides Prince of Persia, which isn't a Nintendo game. It's
How
made by
dare
Ubisoft.
you, sir? Another code? How
Oh my
dare
god,
you?
another code. I forgot about that.
How dare you?
When did that come out? Is that out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
came
came
out.
out last week, or last week.
I only know thanks to Joe at work or whatever, or Joe after work.
Yeah,
I was like,
Is he
yeah.
playing it?
I saw his tweet saying he picked it up. I was like, oh, it's out.
You know, I was thinking about this. Like, I understand that we're probably in the end of the Switch's life cycle, but why would they like they're not releasing anything to get the current install base excited on the Switch? Like,
Yeah,
I
but-
understand the new Princess Peach game.
I'm excited
But-
more for the Joy-Con than I am the game.
Yeah. And then we're just getting remakes. Like, you would think that they would have something new for the install base that they've already built.
Well, they have a sale. There's a relatively big sale going on right now.
Oh, yeah, the
And,
January.
Yeah, the
They do that
January
because people
sale
don't spend money in January.
for sure. But there's quite a few big name titles on there, and
Yeah, Animal Crossing was there.
Isabel keeps tweeting like on the regular. I have those tweets on. I'm surprised every time. She tweeted twice today. I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
And if the Switch 2 or whatever it is backwards compatible, like why would you not release some new thing that would be cross-platform that would be exciting for both new and old players?
And Nintendo tweeted about Pokemon twice in the last 5 hours. As well.
They're riding the trending. I mean, they're not looking good right now, but they're like Pokemon's trending, so let's just get these tweets out there.
Did you guys see the tweet from Miss Click?
Mm-mm.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. I was like, man, she has got no chill. And like, there was a lot of like there was some heated stuff going on. Wow. Bloomberg, I literally just opened Twitter. Wario64, Nintendo's new game console will launch this year with an 8-inch LCD, according to Omdia analyst Hiroshi Haisei or something. I don't know if I said it correctly, but according to a Bloomberg article, that's an 8-inch LCD.
Is that Jason
8-inch,
Schreier
you know, that's-
still over there?
I can see if the article might be locked because it's Bloomberg, so I don't know.
8-inch would be nice. That's a decent, because the OLED, the Switch OLED is 7 inches, so it's be bigger than that.
Yeah, I got to sign up for an account to read the whole thing, so
Of course.
I'm not gonna worry about it. But interesting nonetheless. Like I mean, what do you guys think about that? An 8-inch screen, like What's the current? Are we at like Are we at like a
Seven.
six?
We're at 7.
Okay, even the OLED.
The OLED 7. Yeah.
Okay, but LCD, not OLED.
Ugh. Well, I don't want to go back to
reflections
LCD.
in the sun.
Money in their pocket because they can release the OLED, like, and we'll
Just
all buy it.
release it alongside. Just have the regular switch or the regular model and then the OLED model right next to each other.
Then they won't get you to buy it 5 times over.
Yeah, they
Johnny.
would. Because I'll buy them both. Day one.
All right, let me see if I can find her tweet here about Pal World and Pokemon, and it was like, please stop asking me to stream, and she says P*L World, like doesn't even put it in the like, cool, it's giving Pokemon some competition. It's still lazy, sleazy competition from questionable developers. And no, I'm still not going to play Pokemon either because the games are still mid AF after all these years. Fix them.
Is it? Are they questionable developers?
So
the conversation was crazy that day.
What clip did I forward in our Discord the other day? But it's like the devs apparently didn't know how to code on. They were struggling on Unity and moved to Unreal.
Yep.
And like the lead dev was having to like train all the other devs how to code on it. Like they learned how to code while they're making the game, and it still looks 10 times better than Pokemon does.
Well, I think the conversation is they might have stole designs from Pokemon. That's and might have used AI, but I think that's been disproven. But that's the big issue, that people think they stole designs from Pokemon. And it doesn't play anything like Pokemon. But
you said it plays like Valheim and
yeah, it's like Ark and Valheim. Yeah. It's a survival base building game with Pokemon and guns. But their marketing was on point. They marketed it as Pokemon with guns, and people all bought it.
Well, they didn't even have to do that. Like they showed it at the Xbox showcase, right? And was there anything like that? I think people just gravitated towards that, and social media marketed it as Pokemon with guns.
Yeah, but they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, like, of course they did. But
Temtem or Tam, whatever that was.
Temtem.
Yeah, wasn't that kind of the same concept? Or
that one's an actual Pokemon, like where you capture monsters and battle other trainers and go to gyms. Like that was an actual like Pokemon like. But I honestly, this
is an early development, right? So like the game can change for Pal World.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. Like I have a monkey that has an assault rifle. And there's a squirrel that has a submachine gun. Like that's why it resonate more with people than.
Well, and the quote I think
Temtem
said
did.
that the Pal World devs like the idea of like a monster game, but they added guns to appeal to Americans.
Yeah. And it worked. It worked. You could also shoot a penguin out of a rocket launcher. Like the game's wild. And their marketing just worked.
But I mean,
and I think it showed that people want a higher quality Pokemon game, even though the game doesn't play anything like it. It looks better.
Visually, they want that. Yeah,
it looks better. I can't even say that it runs better because it's buggy, crashes all the time. It doesn't run that great.
You playing on Xbox?
Playing on Steam Deck.
Okay.
It is such it's a strange.
Well, it's free on Xbox, but
I think because
did you buy it on Xbox, Johnny? Please tell me no.
No, it's Game Pass.
Okay, good.
I bought it on Steam Deck.
I was just making sure. You do like to buy things more times than you need to, so
I'm about to buy Elden Ring for the third time.
Oh, on Steam?
Yeah. Get ready for that deal. Oh, sorry, Josh. We keep cutting you off.
You're okay. But Pal World seems so strange to me that so many people are into it, right? And I think it's part of because we live in the gaming sphere,
It's
right?
the
Of
Zeitgeist streamer game right now.
But it
and-
sold 8 million copies in 6 days.
Yeah, because
but-
it's the Zeitgeist streamer game.
That's true.
It- it's just, and that's got to be it, because I'm like, for me, if most of my nostalgia was tied to Pokemon, I have zero interest in this game. It's not Pokemon. It's like Wish Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's
AliExpress Pokemon.
yeah.
The Pokemon the Pokemon designs in the game are pretty good. And I'm gonna keep calling them Pokemon because why not?
Pals.
Well, why do you
wanna call
think
them pals?
they look pretty good then?
No, they look good.
Because they're Pokemon.
Yeah, but Josh is saying that they look like Pokemon from Wish, but I don't think they look that bad, that poorly designed.
Okay. To
Cheesy's
put it another
insinuating
way,
that they're stolen designs is what he's insinuating.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I know. There is no doubt that they took a lot of inspiration from Pokemon. But it's not up to me to decide. It's not up to me to decide if they
an
stole stuff.
intellectual property judge to decide.
Yeah.
in Japan.
Let me enjoy my game with a monkey with an assault rifle. All right.
Because this all has to be settled in court in Japan, right? Because it's 2 Japanese companies.
Oh, is it? Probably. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how intellectual property law works in Japan.
if I'm surprised, honestly, at this point they didn't have the Penguin just go crazy on everybody as just a play on Mario 64 with like you killed my baby, and it just goes off on everybody like it's one of the hardest bosses or something.
They also like there's climbing like Breath of the Wild. They definitely took elements from Breath of the Wild as well.
Interesting. Yeah, like I said, like if you launched a another platforming game with a drywaller instead of a plumber, I don't know that I'm gonna be like jumping all over that and being like, yo, this is great. It's just like Mario, like
They went-
Speaking of,
and
there's a
they
game
went
called
after
Pizza
Flappy
Tower
Bird.
that's exactly that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where you were
Well,
a pizza guy instead of a.
They
Plumber.
went after Flappy Bird for intellectual property stuff.
Yeah, but he
Back in
shut
the
that
day.
down because
Yeah.
he couldn't, like, he didn't want to deal with the backlash or whatever.
Yeah. But didn't Nintendo sue them though? Him
I don't think so.
for use of the pipes?
It was
And
only
then-
it wasn't up for long.
And then Mario's at the very end. Like, not very many people have made it to the end of the game, but like,
Well, there was a
Mario was there.
there was a Pokemon mod in Pal World already,
that guy the ninjas
They
got
got
to already. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I think
but-
the reason. I mean, there's Pokemon mods in a lot of games, but I think
Mm-hmm.
the reason this one got taken down is because it was behind a paywall. You had to pay for it.
Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, you got to release a free mod if you want to keep it up, probably, because you can't benefit off somebody else's property.
I'm
But
gonna
Pokemon Company did say that they're going to investigate. That was
Yeah.
that was another big, like, it was an official statement from Pokemon Company saying that they will investigate.
They should investigate how to make their game look better.
Oh, and then I saw something going around, and they were like, "Oh, I talked to the Pokemon team, and they took a lot of the feedback from Scarlet and Violet to heart, and they really want to improve the quality." I'm just thinking, like, I'll believe it when I see it.
wait till we get into the leaks. Everybody's gonna love it. Before we jump into the leaks, though, I do have one other question, and I'm gonna have to take us back a little ways from earlier in the conversation. But what the heck is Princess Peach about? Like, are we playing all on a stage? Is there
Yeah, it's a play.
so? Do you guys feel like you want to buy the game more after this last trailer? I left from that trailer feeling more confused. Like, is this like who is this game for?
Not
I'll
us.
say- for me, I'll say it's for me. Like, even though we don't know too much about the gameplay, I'm excited that it's set in a theater and I want to see all the different like costume changes that she has, all the different power-ups, but to see like how they design the plays. And I know we've already talked about music and now Johnny doesn't care about video game music, but from an orchestra standpoint, like it'd be cool to hear the pit in the plays. I just think that it could be really creative, kind of a Kirby Luigi's Mansion kind of vibe. And right now in the trailer, it does look like they're just kind of showing mini games basically that each play is set
It's just
around. And I don't know.
crafted world to me is what it's screaming.
Yeah.
Do you know what other game is a play?
Super Mario
Mario
Bros. 3,
3.
but we're not talking
Exactly.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Johnny.
So it can be a
This is
masterpiece.
Peach's time. It's not about Mario. But
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, like, I don't understand why you don't like Super Mario Bros. 3 because that was a play as well. But
We've never said we don't like it.
She
We said we
said
like
he doesn't
something
like it.
else better than that game.
Thank you, Crawler.
she just said it's the
God.
worst
It's like talking
Mario
to a
game
brick
out
wall
there.
sometimes.
He threw his Switch in the trash after he played it.
Okay. How many videos have you made of you throwing your Switch in the trash? Have you done
It's
it with
like-
the new Steam Deck yet?
No, I'm actually worried to do that.
Did you get an OLED?
Yeah, I did. I got an OLED. There's
I
no
will
going
say-
back.
With this trailer,
Until
though,
Switch 2 comes out and it's an LCD.
there was a leaker that got it right that we are going to have a Ninja Peach and a Cowgirl Peach, and
Was Cowgirl new? Had we known about that one?
I think both of them
Ninja
are new. I
and
think some of them-
Cowgirl are new because they weren't announced. But if you watch the first trailer of Princess Peach Showtime, they show two curtains with those symbols. So it was pretty obvious that like one probably was going to be a Cowgirl outfit. The other one, I guess maybe it wasn't so obvious that was going to be Ninja, but like they're not leaks if they're shown in the trailer.
I know. I feel like Josh and I are going to fall asleep during the detective portion of this game. That does not look entertaining to me.
I don't know. I'm a
Oh, we
huge-
gotta be careful. People are excited for this game. I don't want to trash on it too much. We don't know anything about it. I mean,
I did not mean to do that to you. but-
I mean, I don't think it's for me, and that's okay. I'm not, yeah, I just don't think it's for me.
part of me is
You're gonna buy it for the views.
Yeah, I'm
though.
gonna buy it, but like,
part of me is optimistic that maybe it's like, it's a risk game, that Nintendo's taken a little bit of a risk here, and like I would love to be like completely wrong, and then by the time I play it, I'm like, yo, this is fantastic, right? Like if anybody can make a game that appeals to all ages, it's Nintendo. Like there's no, like there's just not a question there, right?
Well, if it does well, like think of all the merch that they could sell at Super Nintendo World with Peach and her different costumes.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I mean it's
which they could have done with Odyssey too. I wonder
Yeah,
if they're gonna have the
exactly. That's what I was gonna
Odyssey
say.
stuff. I wonder if you'll be able to unlock like her Odyssey outfits.
with the amiibo, which Nintendo's
wonder-
doing a big reprint of all amiibo right now, apparently in Japan. Like,
It would be cool to have an amiibo line of her outfits, but I doubt they'll do that.
they better give me a Mario Kart amiibo before they. Like, come on, guys! I need some Mario Kart amiibo.
So even though like we did get that mini trailer, do you guys think that we're seeing more on it for a direct? Because they really haven't talked about like what the game is, and
They need to talk about, instead of just showing these vignettes and
Right.
snapshots, we need to have a conversation about how a level, what a level kind of looks like, what gameplay is.
Mhm.
Is it?
Is there multiplayer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a Nintendo game.
Highly doubt that. There might be couch co-op. Maybe it'll be like Kirby or Yoshi.
Unlock Daisy at the end and then play through as her.
I mean, I do kind of
Or
wonder if
Rosalina.
Daisy, Rosalina, and Pauline will show up.
Yo, where's that? I want that like 3D princess something or other, like 3D World, but have it just be all four of them. Like I'd be down, especially if we could see like some like cool different
Playing in
power
the
ups from them
background.
to change the. What's that?
Beyonce playing in the background. Who runs the world?
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know. I'd be down, but let's get into these leaks here. So, Johnny, do you want to start it off with the Pokemon one that you posted?
Hold on.
And
I
again,
gotta pull
we
that up.
can decide if we think these are completely bogus, if we think there's any any
I think
validity to
most
them.
all of the stuff in the Pokemon one is not real.
No, that last one is definitely real. All right. So I don't know where this came from. It came from a tweet. I just don't remember who it was. This is apparently for the Pokemon Direct on Pokemon Day. It says 2 new video games from the main series will be announced. One of them is developed by Game Freak, and the other is ILCA, which I think is the developer that did
Ilka.
Ilka. Is it Ilka?
Yeah, they did the
They did
Brilliant
the
Diamond and
BDSP.
Shining Pearl.
Yeah. So that sucks if that's true. The first one will take place in Unova, which I think is Gen 5. Where we'll return to the Blueberry Academy as a new character. Blueberry Academy is the Scarlet and Violet DLC, if you didn't know. Peach-Runt will play a significant role in the plot along with some characters from Scarlet and Violet, and theme of multiverses will be explored, opening new possibilities never before seen in Pokemon. The Scarlet and Violet protagonist will also return, and you'll have to face him or her at the end of your adventure. If you have a save game on your console with DLC 2 completed, the game will import your data, so the character will have the same Pokemon as yours. It will be something similar to the encounter with your past self, Red, in Johto's Silver Cave. Then the second upcoming Pokemon is a Gold Silver remake that will feature crystal enhancements, plot changes, and the return of real-time day and night cycles. The storyline will incorporate time travel, linking it to Scarlet and Violet Unova games. Game Freak left several clues about these games in Scarlet and Violet DLCs and Detective Pikachu Returns, and some fan theories are correct. New language will be added to Pokemon games: Latin, American, Spanish. Thanks to a campaign. Why would they have this in a direct? I don't know. Last language added. Yeah, last like let me get through this thing. Last language is Chinese in 2016, also thanks to a fan campaign. The opening of a Pokemon Center in Mexico will be announced, with plans to expand to other countries in South America. Here's my favorite one. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will re-release with improved graphics and performance for the Switch 2, and it will include both DLCs. Announcement date to be confirmed. That's my favorite. Because you know what that means? We get to pay $100 for it.
Hey, but Crawler finally have the DLC.
Why would a re-release of the game come with both DLCs? Because they don't even let you just like.
No, it'd be like a Game of the Year edition.
I don't see them
rage.
tying a game into bonus content based on only if you had the DLC. Like, wouldn't they just take your character and?
How cool would that be, though? Like, if that part is true, where it imports your character with the Pokemon you had in the previous game, and that's your like end game rival, that would be so cool.
So everyone just goes and makes a crap team and saves it.
No, you gotta get good. I don't think this one's true.
I don't
at
think
all.
this is true at all.
I think
No.
that's complete BS.
The only thing that sounds legit is the very last thing.
With the exception of improved graphics and performance.
I think the top is kind of true. Like, I do think that we could get a game from Ilka.
I mean, that's such an easy prediction, though.
Sure.
Don't people
Yeah.
want like
In
gold
black
and
and white.
silver?
They want a black
Or
and
black
white.
and white,
remake.
okay.
Yeah. Now, I think that's the team that would be in charge of their remake, so Game Freak can work on their main line. You know, hopefully add some improvements
Do-
and make it better.
Do we ever get Advance and Game Boy games added to Switch Online? Or is
I
that
hope
just
so.
too much of a cash cow that they wouldn't give it up?
Yeah, no,
I mean,
would
but
do
they're
a
not
collection and
selling it
sell
now, though. They're not selling it now. It's not on.
Yeah.
Like you can't buy it on 3DS anymore.
It's such a like.
Other thing.
It's I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough. They would probably sell way more Nintendo Switch Online subscriptions at that point.
And integrate it into home. And
yeah. But how does that that's also, how does Game Freak really benefit from them just being on Nintendo Switch Online? I don't, unless they can push home more.
I mean,
maybe,
they
and get
could
more
push
home sales.
And how much of a percentage stake does Nintendo have in Game Freak or Pokemon Company?
It's relatively significant.
I think it's 30. I think it's 30%. I think it's 30%.
I mean, that's where you lean on your stock options and you say, "Hey, let's do this thing."
Well, Pokemon Company this year announced that they do have plans of having like a land in Universal Studios.
Well, yeah, because Universal is going to have to tear down so much stuff. They're going to have to tear down Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there something else down there too by Simpsons?
I mean, they're making a whole new park.
Yeah, the kids area is completely gone.
Yeah.
But I don't
They're
like.
making a
Is
whole
that
new
something that
park.
we see announced in Pokemon Presents?
Potentially. I mean, that kind of stuff gets out because, like, did we even talk about this last week? The Donkey Kong track is being tested, and how that game, how the roller coaster looks like it's jumping broken mine track.
I don't think we talked about it, but it's super cool.
Yeah. So like that kind of stuff leaks out because there's separate people that keep close eyes on theme parks, and that stuff is built out in the open. Like aerial shots come out all the time, so that stuff is not hidden well. They need to probably be in the forefront of that so that it's not just ruined on the internet. I guess they want to control the narrative.
I saw a testing of their How to Train Your Dragon ride. It looks cool. Like that park's gonna be really cool. That epic adventure or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah,
that's where the
Did you
Mario
guys spend a
stuff's gonna
day
be.
at Universal?
What
was that?
Did you guys spend a day at Universal when you were down there?
No. I haven't been to Universal in like 4 or 5 years.
So, Star Fox. We'll touch on this one.
Never
Okay.
heard of it.
Never heard of Star Fox. Of course you haven't. Never, ever. And I had my article open and then I lost it. So give me a second to get it reopened here.
Josh actually got a double kill.
Here we go. So, this is Zippo, which well-known leaker, not always that accurate. And this is the leaker we were talking about at the beginning of the year, where like his site got shut down, I believe. But then it had nothing to do with Nintendo coming after him, or anything. Like everybody kind of thought it was. Like, I think that's the same guy. Don't quote me on it though, but I think it's the same one anyway. This is for Star Fox. Okay. It says, "Hey, remember how I said in 2022 a new Star Fox game was in development? I have an update, but here's some interesting findings. Code for this new Star Fox appears to have been in Switch Sports in Switch ports this entire time. It's gone widely unreported for some reason."
Because that's probably not a thing.
Like what? Why would it be in Switch Sports code?
Yeah.
For maybe an item? Is that why? Like an
Screenshots and
item?
it says what, like
Star Fox pass ring, straight ring.
Yeah,
Or-
that's
Yeah. I don't know.
That's probably an
Is
audio.
Star
It's
Fox
probably an
Grand-
audio sound or something like that.
It's Star Fox Grand Prix. It's they actually made it.
Well, and then it says dictionary at the end. So I don't know what that has to do with code. Like, I have no clue. No clue.
That's the code name, and it's actually called Star Fox the Thoris.
Yeah, right.
Star Fox teaches you how to read.
It's being bundled with Mario teaches typing.
Star Fox speak to spell.
Yeah. That'd be great, especially with that robot from the beginning. Like,
Good
good luck, exactly.
I mean, I'm surprised that Star Fox skipped the Switch. I know Star Fox Zero. I know Star Fox Zero was not good, but like Star Fox is a pretty established IP for Nintendo.
That has been shoved in a closet.
Well, that also really hasn't been fantastic since the 64
And
Right?
even that was a remake.
of the first game.
Yeah.
And remember Star Fox 2? Neither do I.
I mean, you guys are always saying that Nintendo needs to have a battle royale game, and I think Star Fox really fits that. For something to be completely different and to be Nintendo.
All
A
rocket
Nintendo Battle
launchers running
Royale.
around like you on a flat geometric plane, like in Star Fox 64 multiplayer with the cheat codes on. When you're out of the R-Wing.
Designing your own ships, flying around in space, dogfighting, like that's the route they should go with Star Fox.
I think
So-
they should go No Man's Sky it, just completely open galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do better than Ubisoft did. Because I mean that was a great starting point, but it got bland kind of quick.
Next up is the trademark that was filed for Star Fox last month on December 19th in Brazil, of all places. So, and I'm trying to see if I can look at some of these screenshots up close. So yeah, it's just a trademark for Star Fox. And then the registration date was 11/28. And it says status active for Princess Peach and Star Fox. So I'm not that I'm like
I mean, they
versed
would
in
probably
reading
need the
these.
copyright. They would probably need it for like anything they put Star Fox in, right? Like Smash.
So here I'll read some of the article here. It says Star Fox was given an entirely brand new trademark last November as well. Why is this interesting? Because it's a new trademark. It's not Nintendo renewing it or anything like that, which is what they usually do in these situations. Credits for these findings go to I don't even know. The names are crazy. Mondo Mega Necrolippi. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then Brian something. It says, as for my own information, here's a few details. Okay. So it's actually being developed internally. This time Nintendo has taken the reins of development since for the first time since 1997 Star Fox 64. It apparently is a sequel to a previous Star Fox game, not a reboot. Online multiplayer will be a big part of the game's promotion. Will come to Nintendo's brand new console, though there is a chance that that its cross-generation release is also set to release within 12 months.
I mean, they would be stupid not to cross-platform release because you need the install base.
Yeah. Wow. I'm glad I'm not showing the comments on.
Oh yeah, I scrolled down to the bottom a little bit. Yeah,
Wow. So
is that 4chan that was on?
no, that's on his. This is his blog.
Oh.
Like the comments on his blog. Like, whew, people got no chill. That's for sure.
Whoa. These are extreme.
they are. Yeah. So, but I mean, Cheesy, you if there's any validity to this, multiplayer being a big part of the promotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is there. I feel like there's some breadcrumbs here potentially. right? And we're gonna get to them. Like we're gonna continue down, but like I think multiplayer is if that is being the case, the last leak we're gonna get to. I think I don't know. There may be something to it. We'll have to wait and see. But next up was a leak on 4chan of a whole direct, right? And so it's gonna take me just a second to find this one. But
I think okay. So while you're finding that, I think the breadcrumbs are the fact that we just haven't had some of these properties show up on Switch, and like maybe they don't make money or they're not as well known, but I think it has been a missed opportunity to not put them on Switch when all of your games were selling. You know, they could have done something really cool with Star Fox, or they could have brought back Kid Icarus, Punch Out. Like, I really thought Punch Out was going to have kind of a revival after Super Punch Out, and then you see him in the Smash 4, and they haven't done anything with Little Mac. So, and Punch Out is in the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Kid Icarus, you mean?
Both.
no,
They
Punch
both
Out's
are.
like
The
in the
Punch
bar.
Out's
There's
the
a lot
bar,
of Punch
yeah.
Out stuff.
Well, it's called. It's like a themed bar.
Yeah.
Punch Out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Okay.
Next Level was working on their masterpiece. You know, Mario
Strikers.
Battle.
All right. So this is on 4chan from Emily Rogers. I believe
Is this the real Emily Rogers, or did somebody make an account that?
who know, there's a lot of people that just have anonymous like I feel like I'm gonna get a virus just being on this site, honestly. Like so here okay, I'm just gonna go through. Well, no, that was hopes and expectations. Here's the leaks. So here we go. Fire Emblem 4 remake releasing in May. Princess Peach Showtime featuring cowgirl and ninja segments. And this was on Tuesday. When did they tweet out about?
Yesterday, I
It,
think.
it was the same. It was the same day.
The same day. Okay. Donkey Kong Country is getting a new game for its 30th anniversary. And there's been a lot of talk about this game in I've seen other like YouTube videos and other like conversations being had. Has nothing to like, they're saying it's departing from country, that it's not going to be the next Donkey Kong game will not be a country game.
The rumors that we heard before was it was going to be a 3D Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong Country is the 2D series. So that
I find it interesting to go alongside with isn't the ride coming out called
Mhm.
Donkey Kong's Minecart or something like that.
Yeah, crazy cart or a crazy ride, something like that.
which is, I mean, directly from country, right? Like,
Mhm.
so I don't know. We'll just have to, again, this is pure speculation. We're just having some fun with it, right? Because it's
Jungle
that
Beat's
time
coming
of-
back. Let's go.
There we go.
We got the bongos back.
Get the bongos back with the bongo cons. That's what we'll call them. And
Yeah.
fully
And not
wireless.
so the Wii version of Jungle Beat, I don't think, well, I guess you could use the bongos, but you could also play it with the Wiimotes, and like that's just the incorrect way to play that game.
Okay.
It's
Noted.
supposed to be bongos only. All right.
Bongos only. I'm here for it. Metroid Prime 2 remaster. I think that's probably an easy one. Like anybody is kind of guessing.
And it's out now.
that at this point. Oh yeah, for sure. Grezzo remake of the Zelda Oracle games. Which, if that's real, I'd be stoked because
Is it 2 games? Is it 2 games?
that's the leak.
Ugh.
Both games. Oh, he maybe on one cart. I don't know. What do you think? Like,
I would hope so.
And
I don't
would
know.
hope it
I
would be on one cart, and it would be 40.
I think it would be 60 if it's 2 on one cart.
or 70.
Don't they have? Doesn't it unlock stuff if you play through one?
Yes.
Yeah, you
they-
unlock a dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it says that Good Feel game is getting localized. And then the big one that, like, you know, some people kind of like, there was a little bit of excitement for within the feed here or whatever, is Famicom Detective Club returns as Nintendo Detective Club. 5 high school girls must solve vicious crimes that they are personally involved with. That sounds very Nintendo, but it is an old school Nintendo game. So I don't know. Out of all those, any of those sound real and or get you excited at all? Because the comments below this are a lot of swear words saying, "I don't want ports. I don't want remakes. Make new games."
I would be surprised if we got those Zelda remakes before we got Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD.
Okay.
Well, also, didn't they just release those on Nintendo Switch Online?
They did.
So I don't know. That's a hard one because even though it will be updated and look better, you can already play those games online, like on the
You could also play Link's Awakening online.
yeah.
Or you can play a game that struggles to keep 30 frames.
I
And
think
buy the remake.
the one that sounds real to me is probably the Good Feel game, because the last Good Feel game that we had was Yoshi's Crafted World. That was, what was that, 2019? So it's overdue, or whatever that is.
I mean, Metroid
Why
Prime
does it
2
say
Remastered
that?
is a layup. I mean,
Yeah, but yeah. Why does it say that Good Feel game gets localized? What are they talking about?
Yeah, that's a good point. Is there anything that pops up, Crawler? I know you're looking for it.
I'm looking right now.
It feels like a pretty
Safe.
tame prediction. Like, I don't think it's that surprising, and they definitely wanted to, like, Metroid Prime 2 remastered. Everybody's predicting that now.
Right. Oh, Crawler, I did want to point out on the gameplay, I am wearing the Amiibo shoes. They unlocked as I was playing through stuff. So I went and looked. All of a sudden, my shoe library, my shoe like closet was full. I had 2 pages. I was like, whoa. so you just play and you'll unlock.
That's
it.
good.
Yeah, there's, I mean, how do these all look with the current state of the Switch? Like, that's the rest of the year right there. If that's all, if this is legit, that's the remainder of the year, and we're not hearing anything about, like, are we gonna not, like, is the Switch 2 gonna be?
That's enough to get to September. Metroid Prime 2 comes out. Metroid Prime 2 comes out that day. Princess Peach comes out in what, May, right?
March.
So that's the next month. Fire Emblem 4 remake in May.
Paper Mario in June.
The Oracle and Seasons and Ages comes out summer, maybe a little bit later.
With Thousand Year Door.
That would be such a disappointment.
And Donkey Kong Country is on both platforms. That only gets us to like September. We still have the launch.
We got Luigi's Mansion and Thousand Year Door as well.
Yeah. What a disappointing year if that's it, though. Like, it's all remakes except for Princess Peach.
Yeah.
And Donkey Kong, if that's real.
Well, the Nintendo Detective Club would be new, right? But I mean, what are our hype levels be for that? Like, it's not like it's not
about
like a new
the
3D
same
Mario.
or lower than another code.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody.
And feel good game. Let's get a Kirby on the system to kill it. I mean,
There was another rumor that the next Kirby game's in development at HAL Labs.
I think the Donkey Kong,
Yay.
like, it has to be true that we're getting a new Donkey Kong this year.
But who's making it?
Retro was working on something for like 4 years.
Yeah.
They're
Did
just
they
holding
leave
it.
part of the team finishing stuff, do you think?
Maybe they farmed it out to. I mean,
Bandai?
who haven't we seen something from for a long time?
Who did they take Metroid from?
That was Bandai Namco. Oh, the anniversary, the 5th anniversary of the announcement of Metroid Prime 4 changing was like today.
Mhm.
5 years?
That's crazy.
It's gonna be a masterpiece. Can't wait.
It will be. I think it will be.
Take all the time you need, up-res it to 4K, because according to this next leak, Nintendo's big marketing thing is going to be, you want 4K? Okay.
No,
Yeah.
not
that's-
the PC one. No,
Yeah, the PC one.
that's
The
not
PC
real. That was definitely bait.
one.
There's no way that's real.
I don't. Okay, this will be a great topic. Then we can wrap up on, because so the hip hop gamer, I believe, is the @ on X, is claiming that in 2026 Nintendo's going PC, following suit with Xbox and PlayStation. If that
And PlayStation
happens,
gamers have taken that so well.
okay, well, I will be the first to say that if I can buy a beefy PC and have Mario Kart turned all the way up to Ultra, I will be the happiest Mario Kart player on the planet. That's all. That's it. I'll be beyond excited.
It
right?
would be no, it would be awesome, but there's no way it's happening, especially in 2026. Like that's only 2 years away. Did you watch that video? Did you watch his
all
did
the
you
way
watch the
through.
video?
I watched every bit of it.
His evidence was so thin. He's like, well, Steam already supports the Pro
The Pro
controller. Like, what?
If your
Oh.
controller has a USB port on it, most likely it's supported by Steam.
What was the other one? He's like, Nintendo cracked down on emulation so hard because they wanna control the PC market for retro games. Like what? No, that's a video that I wish that I made. All right, I wish I made that video before that guy made that video.
Does he get trolled as hard as you do in the comments?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read the comments, but it was just there's no way. There's just I would love it. I would love it. Put games on PC. I don't know what resources they would use. Like that would make their games take a lot longer to make. Even though we haven't seen a Mario Kart in 10 years.
Yeah, because PlayStation has proven that their game it's not as easy as just saving a game over to PC. Because how buggy was Last of Us?
Oh yeah. No, there's issues for sure. What I wonder about is the record number of software sales that the Switch has done, and if that is any indicator for them that they could push even more software, especially moving to a complete digital age, into more into more homes.
It would make sense. I mean, we've seen this week with Power World that people want Pokemon games on PC. Like people want Nintendo games outside of Nintendo platforms.
Also find a way to get it onto the iOS store and people can buy it on their Apple Home. Or is that what it's called? The bigger one that connects to your TV?
I have no idea. I have no.
What about the new
VR goggles, AR goggles?
Well,
yeah.
iPhone 15 could run Resident Evil
Stranding.
4 remake.
Death Stranding is coming out next week, I think.
I found the topic to be interesting, right? Like, is is hardware, something that is that important? I mean, PlayStation's seeing a handful of their games go to PC and their hardware is still moving. The hardcore fan base, and especially, knowing Nintendo, they would not be day and date. They would lag behind. They would say, hey, Mario Kart will be coming to PC, potentially a year after it was released on Switch, something along those lines. Just for the sake of conversation.
And what gimmicks more are left for them to do that force them to have to do a physical or do hardware? I mean, I'm sure they'll come up with something, but like motion can be handled by a PC. VR can be handled by a PC. It's just a matter of accessibility, because that's why I think that's why they like to make the lower end accessible console. Is it's a lot cheaper and easier to get into people's homes. But if the iPhone can run Death Stranding and what was the other one, Johnny?
Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah, like that's something a lot of people already have will have.
What if Nintendo goes? The only hardware they make is like a handheld, and then if you want to play like a more powerful version, you have to play it on if you want to play a version not in handheld, it has to be on PC.
Sell you the game twice, yeah.
Well, the other part of the conversation is them watching what Game Pass is doing and upping their subscription model, right? Which is what we talked about last week.
If the Nintendo account can cycle it between both, then I wouldn't have a problem with it.
But I mean, there are physical collectors right now listening to this that are swearing.
Well, look at like most of us, except for Johnny. I mean,
well, this is unfortunate news. Not Nintendo, but Microsoft announced that they're laying off 1,900 employees in their gaming space, and the rumor is they're shutting down their physical games department.
Yeah, I saw that too.
What is that? What does that even mean?
Like the retail, like there won't be any
like
boxes.
Like the art people?
No, I don't know what it's probably marketing.
Like they don't offload their manufacturing. There's no way they manufacture their stuff.
Well, it could be the whole marketing setup. I mean, like with Best Buy removing physical media, like I mean, the Xbox stuff at Target is a ghost town.
Most of the game stuff at Target is a ghost town.
Yeah,
the top third of the thing is all cards pick up and buy.
I need to make really good friends with somebody at Target because I want that Mario on the flagpole so bad when that thing hits the dumpster.
You also
what
want
time do they close?
You want to get a kiosk to get for your house too.
Yeah, a full kiosk would be amazing. It'd be amazing. So, but yeah, it's the subscription stuff that makes me also lean towards them potentially doing, because Xbox has all those numbers not because of their hardware. It's because of PC Game Pass. Their hardware is not sold all that well, but their Game Pass numbers are people are. I guarantee Nintendo's taking notice and probably like, hey, let's keep this deal going well because we need to.
I get an email once a month that says, hey, we charge you $16.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
exactly. You get Power World for free.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. So
and
that's
Vampire Survivors.
Yeah. The DLC came out on Switch today, by the way.
Oh yeah. The Among Us what?
Among Us, yeah.
Emergency meeting or whatever. Like
I have another platform that I could buy it on now, so I'm pretty pumped.
Oh, great! Another system you can buy games you don't complete. Perfect.
we need cross play.
Hey, I think I technically beat Vampire Survivors. So
what is technically?
Joke's on
mean?
you.
Did you kill Death?
I don't know. There's just there's a ton of things to unlock, but like you could beat it. Like you could beat the final.
So you've unlocked every achievement?
No, that's not. No, There's a difference between beating and completing games. All right.
Fair.
Beating is rolling credits. I count that.
Okay.
Completing is 100%.
Got it. Cheesy, you have kind of been sitting quiet during this portion, and I'm kind of curious on your thoughts.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just so hard to tell what Nintendo is going to do. And this is the time when people are going to try to get things right. And if they do get something right, then they are considered credible. And then we wait until the next direct, see if they get it right. They don't, people move on. So I don't know. I'm really curious to see what Nintendo has planned. To me, it seems like we are getting a new console this year, and like we already know all of the games that are announced. So like, what is their next direct? It has to be some like big hitters. Or yeah,
Or just be the Switch 2 announcement.
Yeah, or we're just going to be disappointed in the next year. But with everything that they have going on and how much we have talked about how they are stepping on the gas right now with theme parks and movies and collabs with different companies, I just don't think that they can sit back.
The last thing I will say before we wrap this up is that 8% of game devs say they are currently making a game for the Switch successor, according to a GDC survey. So that's not
well. They can't. People can't admit that they're doing it. The Nintendo ninjas will come get them.
Yeah,
it's probably more like 90 or 100%.
So this is a survey of 3,000 developers. And it says, this is from My Nintendo News. It says, the Nintendo Switch successor has not been announced yet, but there have been all sorts of rumors, insider information, and more that have been crafting a lot of fan speculation and theories, like us. All signs are pointing to an announcement soon. However, the rumor mill continues to churn for now, and a new development in the road to the hardware's reveal may interest you. You see, the Game Developers Conference, or GDC for short, released their 2024 State of the Game Industry report earlier today. One of the things included in the report was a survey of over 3,000 developers. The devs were asked about their work in the gaming industry. One question revealed that 8% of developers are currently working on a video game for Nintendo Switch successor. Another question confirmed that 32% of developers are excited for the Nintendo Switch successor. So,
Johnny, did you get your calculator out on your Switch and tell us how many devs of 3,000 is 8%?
8%. Well, 10% is 300. So
yeah, it's about 200, give or take.
But and
I was giving Johnny content and he didn't want to take it.
Bust out the Switch calculator for TikTok to figure out how many devs are making Switch games based on this.
That actually just gave me an idea. Oh man, that just gave me an idea.
Good.
I'll take my 8%.
I gotta get it. If I get it over a minute and it goes off, I'll give you a piece.
I think one of the hypest things that Nintendo could do is they just tweet out that picture of Mario looking behind the curtain. And
behind the shower curtain. That's what it looked like.
Is that what is it? It's like
no,
a
it was
hotel
just a
curtain or something like that, right? That they did for the NX, but they just post that picture, have fans go crazy, and then the very next day is like them talking about their next console.
Or they just post a picture of whatever it is. They just
they gotta hype it up, man.
Yeah, but they just post it, no context. They don't have a date, a name, or anything. It's a picture, no context, no caption.
Yeah, because we haven't had a cool codename leak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Switch 2.
They told us they called it the NX. Like when they were getting ready to release or reveal it, they called it the NX.
I think there is a code name though. Let me check real quick and then we'll wrap up. But I think there is. Okay, so it's a
NX2.
leaker. So it's is NG instead of NX. So next gen.
Nintendo Switch Series G. Nice.
Nintendo
Cryptics.
games.
Cryptic says codename underpowered at launch.
Oh. So I will say I got the Steam Deck OLED, and that makes the Switch feel really outdated. Like I'm hoping that it's closer to the Steam Deck. If it's that power and how it feels, like
How heavy
that
is
would
the
be
Steam Deck?
Perfect. It's not that heavy. It's
It's
it's heavier than the
Switch.
Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like
Does it feel more
beefier,
comfortable
it's
in your hands though?
Oh yeah. It's
Your thumb's
more
not
the
in a weird
size of the
position?
Wii U gamepad. Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good.
Firestone says Elon will buy Nintendo and call it X. There we go. NX. I love it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, for being here with us live. You guys are the most amazing community on the internet, and we appreciate you all so very much. And we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.